Speaking
Um,
of buy-ins, now that the SBA is allowed for buy-ins, partial
mm,
buy-ins, we have actually seen I'm not going to say a big uptick, but we have seen a few come across, which is kind of nice to hear that that is something that people are still looking at, and under the right structure and terms, it can be a good thing for people. So we are seeing some of that. So
So the
I think
PIC Greco looking to get a little some skin in the game. Is that what you're talking about?
yeah, like a partial buy-in where people
Hmm.
can, let's say you're buying in 60, 80, whatever the percentage is. We are seeing some of that come up. And if anything, as an option in a planned full exit out, maybe someone isn't ready to get out now for whatever reason, but they want to be able to kind of start that slow exit out. And it's just a nice thing. So we have, I mean, not a ton. I mean, it always comes up as part of the discussion and options when people are looking at deals. If it's not just a straight ahead look, I'm selling and I'm out. Um, but we have seen, and we've even seen a couple people who have seen discussions online, through platforms like this about the option of it, and have come and said, "Hey, listen, this is something we're interested in. Can we learn more?" It's still not a majority of what we do, but it's nice to see that those, now that, like I said, SBA allows for it, people are taking advantage of at least knowing the option. That's good.
is there any difference in what you're doing with that versus like a junior partnership? I know we always get that question. Like, well, how do you feel about junior partnerships? And it used to be everybody was like, don't do them. And now,
Yeah,
I mean, is
yeah.
that
I mean,
similar?
I think with the partial buy-ins, it essentially kind of is almost like a junior partnership. I think you have to know what you're getting into with both, right? Like what
Right.
percentage are you going to be? What's your role? What are the terms and requirements if you do a partial buy-in through the SBA with an SBA lender? So all those kind of factors come into play, because based on the post-transaction ownership, whatever percentage people might have will play into who has to guarantee personally and who doesn't. But also it comes into, knowing, what the rules and regulations are going to be with regards to that ownership structure, who's going to have control, what's the operating agreement going to look like. I think historically people have always kind of said, well, junior partnerships are tough because you can't really get them financed from anywhere.
Right.
The only way you could really do it was through sweat equity or coming up with your own money to
Save
put into
money.
the thing. Yeah, the nice part is now that, at least there's that option to be able to get it financed if it works. And then, of course, there's always the option for people to do a partial buyout or a stock redemption if you have two partners that just are saying, "Hey, look, I want one wants out, the other one wants to stay in." We've always have done those.
Yeah. And that junior partnership, a big issue there in the past was that there was no lending, like you said, Greco.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
now that there's banks like yourself out there who know pharmacy and are willing to do
Yeah.
that, it's changed that whole game. And
Absolutely.
the junior partnership, a lot of that was the junior partner was picking that up as income
Yeah.
on like a W-2, and so they're paying tax on that. So
Yeah.